problem which is asked in CSIR UGC NET June 2011. The problem is the Hamiltonian of a particle of unit mass moving in the xy plane is given to be h is equal to xpx minus ypy minus half x square plus half y square in suitable units. The initial values are given to be at time t is equal to 0 second, x of 0 and y of 0 takes 1 comma 1, and px of 0 and py of 0 takes half comma minus half. During the motion, the curves traced out by the particles in the xy plane and px py plane are. Four options are given. Let us solve this problem. Solution is so let us write down the given quantity, that is Hamiltonian of this system. H is equal to xpx minus ypy minus half x square plus half y square. So this is given. So notice that it is x and y are generalized coordinate for this system. Coordinates. So therefore the system has 2 degrees of freedom. Okay, 2 degrees of freedom. For x, the canonically conjugate momentum will be px. For y, the canonically conjugate momentum will be py. So therefore the dimension of the phase space is 4. Okay, now let us now take let us now write down the Hamilton's equation of motion. So Hamilton's equation of motion is so for x it is x dot, which is equal to partial h with respect to px. If you calculate that, this will be equal to x, so which means x dot, which is equal to x. You call this equation as equation number 1. Similarly, for px dot, if you write down minus partial h by partial x, which is equal to, so first term, this contains px and this term contains x, so you will get it as px minus x. Okay, but there is a overall minus sign is there, so I have to multiply this minus sign, so you will get it as minus px plus x. So this is what you will get. Now rearrange this x dot plus px, so this can be written as x dot plus px as x itself. You call this equation number 2. Similarly, for y, so let us calculate y dot, which is partial h by partial py, which is equal to, so y py only in the second term, therefore you will get it as a minus y. So from this y dot is equal to minus y, so call this equation number 3. Finally, for py dot, if you calculate minus partial h by partial y, if you calculate, this will become this will become, so second and fourth term gives you minus of, now what is this derivative with respect to y? Minus py, and last term becomes simply y. So therefore py dot is equal to py minus y, or py dot minus py gives you minus y. You call this as equation number 4. So 4 equations. Now we have to solve these equations. So let us take the first equation. So equation number 1. Now what is the first equation? X dot, which is equal to x. So dx by dt, that is equal to x. Solve by a variable separable method. So dx by x gives you dt, then integrate it. Now what is integral of dx by x? It's simply logarithm of x, and this is t plus some constant, integration constant c1. Okay, now I can take this integration constant to be logarithm of the constant. Okay, this is our convenience. So this can be written as logarithm of x minus logarithm of c1, which is equal to t. So logarithm of x by c1, from the logarithm of property, we can write it as logarithm of x by c1 is equal to t. So x can be written as c1 times e power t. So if you take logarithm to the other side, it will become exponential. So we can write like this. So now we have another equation, equation number 3. If you take, so y dot is equal to minus y. Okay, so dy by dt, which is equal to minus y. So in the same way, if you solve, you will get y is equal to c2 e power minus t. You can try this, the same method, and you will get this. Okay, so wherever you see t, you can substitute minus t here, because there is a minus sign. By variable separable method, dy by y you will get, and dt goes here with minus dt, and integrating you will get this as an answer. Okay, now let us substitute the initial condition. Now what is the initial condition? Initial condition is at t is equal to 0 second, t is equal to 0 second. So this becomes x of 0, which is equal to c1 e power 0, which is equal to c1, because the exponential of 0, anything power 0 is 1. Now what is x of 0? Which is equal to 1. Therefore c1 is equal to 1. Similarly, y of 0, which is equal to c2 times e power 0, when I put t is equal to 0. So this is equal to c2. Now what is y of 0? As given in the problem, y of 0 is also 1. Okay, so therefore this is equal to 1. So from these two, if I substitute in these equations, so what I will get is x is equal to, that is x of t can be written as e power t, and y of t I can write it as e power minus t, e power minus t. Okay, so these are the solutions for first equation and second equation. Same manner, let us now write down the solution for equation 2 and equation 4. So let us take equation 2. Now what is equation 2? Px dot plus px plus that is equal to x. So what is px dot? Px dot is dpx by dt plus dpx by dt plus px, that is equal to x. Now what is x? E power t. Just now we have solved. Now we have to write down, in order to solve this, we have to write down, we can write down on the left hand side as the total differential form. So the total derivative with respect to time times some function. So in order to write down total derivative form, we have to multiply. Okay, that means the exact differential form. So we have to multiply some suitable integrating factor. So from this we can easily guess that the integrating factor, we can take it as e power t, and multiplying e power t on both sides. So e power t dpx by dt plus e power t px, which is equal to e power 2t. So what is, so the left hand side can be written as d by dt of e power t px, which is equal to e power 2t. Now what happened to this? So this can be written as, so by e power t px, by taking the dt here, e power 2t into dt. Okay, differential, this is a differential. So when I integrate, I will get it as e power t px, which is equal to e power 2t by 2 plus constant c3. So this is what you will get. Okay, so this, now what we can do is we can further take the last equation, that is fourth equation. The fourth equation is py dot minus py is equal to minus y. So fourth equation gives you py dot, that is d by d t py minus py, that is equal to minus y. Now what is y? Y is e power minus t. So y is e power minus t. So I am substituting for y because it is determined here. Okay. So now we have to solve. So in the same manner, suppose if you like to write in terms of differential form, exact differential form, the left hand side, you just multiply on both sides a suitable integrating factor. So we choose e power minus t is that integrating factor for this differential equation. So when I multiply, so e power minus t dpy by dt and minus e power minus t py, that is equal to e power minus 2t. Okay, so the left hand side can be written as d by dt of e power minus t py. So you can check that when I open this derivative, you'll get the above expression. So this is simply e power minus 2t. Let us integrate this. So in order to integrate this, so let me take this dt to the right hand side. Now integrate it. So this is a differential. So e power minus t, e power minus t, okay, py, which is equal to e power minus 2t by minus 2 plus integration constant c4. So this e power minus t py, which can be written as 1 by 2 e power minus 2 t plus integration constant c4. So now we have to determine the constant c4 and c3 from the initial conditions. Okay, Let us now take the initial substitute the initial condition given above, that is in the previous page. That is, when I put t is equal to 0, px of 0 and py of 0 takes half minus half. So at t is equal to 0 second, that is the initial condition. Okay, now what is px of 0? It is half. Py of 0 is minus half. So therefore let us substitute here. So t is equal to 0 implies, okay, e power 0 px of 0, which is equal to e power 0 by 2 plus c3. Now this is actually half. Anything power 0 is 1, so half. So half plus c3. So these two gets cancelled. So which means c3 is equal to 0. C3 is equal to 0 implies e power t px, e power t px, that is equal to e power 2t by 2 plus, that is c3 is 0, right? So divide by e power t. So px is equal to 1 by 2 e power t. So this is what you will get. This is for px. Similarly, let us put the initial condition for this expression. So when I put t is equal to 0, okay, now e power 0 py of 0, okay, this is equal to half e power 0 plus c4. So let us substitute the initial condition. So what is e power 0 is 1. What is py of 0? Py of 0 is minus half, that is equal to 1 by 2 plus c4. So which implies c4 is equal to minus 1. So c4 is equal to minus 1. So you can substitute here. So here, so e power minus t py, that is equal to 1 by 2 e power minus 2t minus 1. So we can multiply by e power minus t or plus t on both sides. So which means py can be written as 1 by 2 e power minus t minus e power t. So this is py of t. Okay, so this is px of t and this is py of t. Let's now try to answer the question here. So what is x of t? X of t is e power t and y of t is equal to e power minus t, correct? So x of t into y of t, if you multiply, you will get it as 1. So this is a rectangular hyperbolic function equation, correct? Not only this, if you add this x of t and y of t, so you can see that it is e power t plus e power minus t. This is simply equal to 2 times cos hyperbolic function. Cos hyperbolic function. The same manner x of t minus y of t, if you take, so e power t minus e power minus t, this is 2 times sine hyperbolic function. Now what is the conclusion from this? The conclusion is like sine theta and cos theta, they are trigonometric function, right? Sine theta and cos theta, these functions parameterize a circle. In the same manner, the cos hyperbolic t and the sin hyperbolic t parameterize hyperbola. So from this we conclude that the curve traces in xy plane is hyperbola. Hyperbola. So let us now try to understand analyze these two functions, that is py of t and px of t. So these two let us take. Okay. So what is px of t into py of t? Px of t into py of t. If you calculate, if you multiply, you will get 1 by 4. E power t into e power minus t is 1 minus 1 by 2 e power 2t. Okay, so now we know that cos hyperbolic t can be written as e power t by 2 plus e power minus t by 2. Okay, sin hyperbolic t can be written as e power t by 2 minus e power minus t by 2. When I add these two, I will get cos hyperbolic t plus sin hyperbolic t, which is equal to e power t. So these two gets cancelled. Half plus half is 1. So what about, which implies e power 2t can be written as sin hyperbolic 2t plus cos hyperbolic 2t. I can substitute this in the above equation. So which means px of t into py of t can be written as 1 by 4 minus, okay, 1 by 2 sin hyperbolic 2t plus cos hyperbolic 2t. So we can write like this. So what is the conclusion? So px of t, I will rewrite here, py of t, which is equal to 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2 times sine hyperbolic 2t plus cos hyperbolic 2t. Similarly, if you calculate px of t plus py of t, okay, so when I add these two, this and this term, okay, let me write down here, 1 by 2 e power t, that is px, plus 1 by 2, now what is py? Py is e power minus t, e power minus t, then we have my e power plus t, okay, e power plus t. Now we can write this as, so if you combine these two, you will get minus half. So when I take minus outside, when I take minus outside, e power t minus e power minus t by 2. So therefore px of t plus py of t can be written as minus sine hyperbolic t. Similarly, you can take subtraction between these two. When I subtract these two, so this you will get it as 1 by 2 e power t minus 1 by 2 e power minus t, minus into minus e power t. So therefore the first two terms gives you sine hyperbolic t. Now e power t can be written from this formula. Now what is e power t? E power t is this term, okay, so this term I'm using this. So cos hyperbolic t plus sine hyperbolic t, okay, so this is cos hyperbolic t plus sine hyperbolic t. So this can be written as 2 times sine hyperbolic t plus cos hyperbolic t. So from this what you can put, px of t minus py of t also gives you, can be written in terms of hyperbolic functions. Okay, so this means, since I told you the sine hyperbolic t and cos hyperbolic t, these hyperbolic functions parameterize hyperbola. Therefore, like previous thing, in the pxpy plane, in the previous okay, the trace of the trajectory is hyperbola, hyperbola. So both the cases are hyperbola. So the answer for this problem is both are hyperbola. So answer is D. Thanks for watching this video.
Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, please press the like button. If you are interested in receiving information about new videos that are posted, click the subscribe button. If you have any comments or questions about the content discussed in the video, please leave them in the comments section below.